Certainly, Rodney, the rain has cleared out of the region, and many folks are just trying to get back on their feet tonight as the Red Cross and other community organizations are coming together to help those families who are in need right now. More than 380 people have been displaced here in Crooksville and Roseville. Again, working on finding out what their next steps are going to be. Many of them tell me they don't know if they'll even be able to go back into their homes. Tonight, they're looking for answers and a clear pathway forward.
It's kind of scary, I thought, especially when it got higher, and I'd never seen it get higher before.
David Grannon sits on his front porch feeling grateful his house is still standing after flash floodwaters from a nearby creek ran through Roseville earlier this week. He said he couldn't get out of his driveway as the water rushed down his street.
Water coming that way and water going that way across the bridge. It just made a mess.
Water has receded, but the damage here is still easy to see. Here on West Athens Road outside of Roseville, you can see chunks of the pavement have been ripped from the roadway, and a lot of standing water still remains, lingering from the path of the storm.
This is bad. Bad, bad, bad.
Meanwhile, in Crooksville, more than 380 people are displaced, including Cassidy Adams. She shared with me this cell phone video assessing some of the damage near her apartment.
And then me and my boyfriend had to jump off the porch, and it was neck deep. It was like me and him were swimming in a lake to get to where we could finally stand up and get to safety.
Crews continuing to conduct secondary searches of homes and trying to restore power to families in the area, making sure no one who may need help has been missed. But as the county enters cleanup mode, Adams and other residents are concerned about what comes next.
They're telling all of the tenants that they're on their own and that they're not responsible to help us because we knew what we were getting into when we moved in. They keep saying, I want to go home. And I'm like, well, honey, we can't go home right now. You know, I don't know when we'll be able to go home again.
Governor Mike DeWine and state EMA say recovery in Perry County isn't going to happen overnight. It could take weeks, and some families will need help for much longer. For now, they're asking people to document their damage, outline what they've lost, and answer questions from assessors as that process continues. DeWine says he's also working with the Attorney General to make sure renters are given a reasonable timeline to collect their belongings and aren't left with nowhere to go.
You may never be able to go back to your apartment or to your house, and you don't even know what's salvageable at that point.
But for these folks who have already lost so much, the hope now is simply that the water never rises this high again.
If it got up in here, there wouldn't be no Roseville or nothing else. It just wash it out.
And that damage assessment is still underway. Now, I spoke to Governor DeWine earlier this evening. He says he is exploring options, including getting some federal aid to folks here in Perry County. But that's all going to depend on the severity of what we saw down here, as well as the total number of losses here in the area. If for whatever reason it does not meet that federal threshold, Governor DeWine says he will be looking at other options through his own office, as well as the state legislature. On your side in Perry County, I'm Kirsten Lindquist, live for Fox 28.